Good morning, Texas. We're in FIFA fever. I'm at the all-new Toca Social where we are having a kick of a good time. GMT starts right now.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning, Texas. Happy Wednesday. You made it to the midweek mark. My goodness, I'm so excited. You guys are almost there. I'm Erin Hunter. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Let's talk about it. What's coming up on today's show? Well, just in time for all the World Cup hype, the first ever U.S. Toca Social is now open. You just saw Paige there. She's going to show us the hot spot, but also maybe show us her nice soccer kick. She was actually playing soccer yesterday, too, so I know our girl is sore, but she is ready to work out just for you. Plus, we are talking all things how to pack for spring break. We've got everything you need from the thrift store. Looks that you cannot afford to miss because the prices are just that good. Then spring break at 470 feet in the air. We get a preview of all the kid-friendly fun events at Reunion Towers. So many things to come this morning. But let's pop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. Greg, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, Erin. Well, cloudy, breezy, warm, humid heading out the door this morning. So you've noticed that. Quiet out there right now, but that does change a little bit later today. So we are looking at a weather alert in place, especially as we get into this afternoon and evening for those strong, potentially severe storms. And not just today. We're going to have some unsettled weather Friday heading into Saturday. So we're going to be looking at rounds of showers and thunderstorms as we head into the next couple of days. So make sure you do stay updated with the forecast as we continue to get new information in and update it as well. But let's talk about what we can expect for today. It has been quiet, just a few overnight showers that we had that were very, very light across the area. And we may see one or two more between now and midday today. But then the thunderstorms are expected to fire up as we get into this afternoon. So you'll need to be weather aware as we head toward midday. Still looking at cloudy, breezy, warm, humid conditions, a few more spotty showers developing. But notice as we get into the afternoon for that drive home later today, around the time you're picking the kids up from school, we'll have showers and storms becoming more numerous across the area. And that severe weather threat will ramp up late this afternoon heading into the evening as that coverage does increase. This is around 8 p.m. And then as we head toward 10 p.m. tonight, still looking at some ongoing showers and thunderstorms. That starts to taper off after midnight tonight. It should be relatively quiet, but we do have that slight risk, level 2 out of 5, for some strong severe thunderstorms. Hail and damaging winds going to be the main concerns here across North Texas. It looks like that will be isolated, but still we do have that slight risk for those severe storms. So that is something that you do need to be aware of and keep in mind as we head late into this afternoon and evening. A little bit of a lull late tonight for much of the day tomorrow, but that severe weather threat ramps up again as we get into Friday and for the weekend. So we'll talk more about that a little later in the show. But now, Erin, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Greg, for keeping us up to date. We've been enjoying spring-like temperatures for those past few weeks, and it's time to ditch the sweaters and the jeans and maybe pop out those crop tops and shorts. Today, we're showing you how you can help Mother Earth by donating your fall finds and thrifting your spring wardrobe. So, John C. Mulder with Thrift for Good Denton joins me with so much more on how to dress for less this spring. Good morning.
Good morning.
So glad to have you here. So first, why do you think people should thrift their spring wardrobe instead of buy it?
First of all, it's way more affordable.
Yeah.
And secondly, when you shop at Thrift for Good, it's all in season. So when you're shopping, it'll be spring items.
Nice.
Which makes it even funner and easier to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's also a charity angle on this for you guys. Tell me more about that and how much you've donated so far.
Yes, so 25% of every sale goes to the charity that the donor chose. So you can look on the tags and see who you're supporting by every single purchase.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's already on the tag. You can
Yes.
read about it, but it makes you feel good because you're like,
Yes.
okay, I can buy this. I don't have to worry about it, right? Feeling guilty about it because you know what? It went to a
You're
good
donating
cause.
too. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's take a look at what you pulled together today. We have a few models this morning. What would GMT be without a fashion show? Let's bring in our first one. Tell me a little bit about this outfit right here.
This is Bree, and she's doing kind of a boho look, but this is more elegant, chic. We'll see lots of draping fabrics, and just pairing it with jeans makes it a little more trendy.
Oh my gosh, so cute. And I love how the purse ties right in with the
bold
caftan.
Colors, yes.
Yes, but I also love how you guys turn the caftan into a shirt, a kind of high-low situation.
And you could wear it over a swimsuit. It's very
Switch it
even.
up.
Yes.
Why not? Love, love, love. Okay, let's get a look at our second model. I feel like this one is also boho as well.
She is, but we're going more of the 90s vibe that is very very, very big right now. And lots of layers, which is perfect for spring because they're all light and flowy and you can intermix them, you know?
Yes.
So.
So cute. And I love the woven bag.
Isn't that cute? Yes.
So perfect for spring, perfect for a picnic, or, you know, just a cute little photo shoot
Yes.
in the park. I love. All right, let's get a look at our next model. This is a nice, sharp men's look. Tell me more. I love this bolo tie so much.
Isn't it great? This is Malachi and a 90s men's look too. You know, everyone's kind of leaning into the JFK Jr. look, and so you can find chinos at thrift stores really easy. And we couldn't pass the Calvin Klein denim vest.
You could not. I mean, you're in Texas. How could you? But I love how each piece that he's wearing can be turned into a different outfit.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily have to go together. And that's the beauty of thrifting, I think, is finding great pieces that can be used versatilely. And so let's move on to our next model, or our next two models. Our next one is a couple. Let's talk about, I love the bananas on this shirt as well.
Isn't it great? So this is kind of our Sunday brunch couple. And blues are huge this year. Blue's always popular in spring, but this year you're going to see even more, especially the baby blue shades. And then being able to tie them into each other with her scarf on the purse. And nude heel always elongates the leg. So
cute. But like you said, I love the blues together. They're still matching, but that pop of color really just sets everything
You
off.
know that they're like at brunch together.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Yes.
It elevates everything. Very good. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, now as we get a final look at our models, tell us everything we need to know about how to find you guys so we can come shopping too.
Yes, website thrift4good.com. And 15% off every single Tuesday at both locations.
Nice, very good. Okay, so a little extra percentage on top of that. There's our final look. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
FIFA is less than 100 days away, and today we're paying a visit to a newly opened immersive soccer experience where guests can kick back and kick around while sipping and munching from a curated menu. Paige is live at Grandscape in the Colony at the Toca Social to test out her soccer skills this morning. Hello, Paige.
This is such an exciting day. Yes, we're less than 4 months out for FIFA, and people are on fire. Toca Social, this is the first one in the U.S. The other locations are in London, and look what they did. They paid homage to our Dallas Trinity Soccer Club, and really, for people who love soccer and for people who are new to the game, it's okay. All different types of levels of players can come and have a fantastic experience. This is Eddie Lewis with Toca Social to tell us more. Congratulations!
Thank you.
I am
Super
so happy
excited.
for you.
Good. This has been a long time coming, and we're so excited to finally have Toca Social here in America.
All right, well, let's give our viewers an opportunity. Look at where we're standing right now. You call this an immersive soccer experience. What does that mean?
Well, it means you can take all the elements of soccer and then combine them in a gamified environment so that, as you said, players of any level, whether you've never kicked a ball before or you're a former professional soccer player like me, designed to have fun in a very soccer-specific way.
Yesterday, I was at the Perot Museum where they were talking about a big exhibit about the science around soccer. I did an Instagram post, and people had some comments about the way I run. So I am not a soccer star, to say the very least, but you are a pro. So let's take a look. I mean, you really do come from a professional soccer background. See how this whole thing works.
Okay, well, you're technically up, but let me see if I can take the first one for you and show you how
I'm sure
it's done.
he'll do a great job. All right. Whoa!
There we are. It's just that easy.
All right, here we go. It's my turn here. All right, here we go.
You got the shoes and everything.
I do have the shoes. And
that
let's.
was perfect.
Okay.
You nailed it.
All right.
I'll take this one.
Oh my gosh, this
All
is
right, you got the
actually
next
really,
one.
really fun. Okay, hold on. Okay, I need to
close.
do that again.
That
It
was
was
close.
not.
We
Okay,
did
that was
pretty
very
good.
nice of
We
you.
did pretty good.
Okay, here we go.
Love it. Love it, Paige. You're on fire.
I love it. All right, so Eddie, we got to talk business a little bit more. Okay, so these were actually in London. This is the first one that you've had here in the U.S. Of course, the timing of this could not be better. We've got FIFA that is coming. People are so excited. We're going to be on the world stage. So for people who want to participate in all the festivities around FIFA, they can come here and have that experience.
That's exactly right. I mean, Dallas is the media hub for the World Cup. There's more games here than any other host city. So, for me, it really is ground zero for the World Cup, and we couldn't be more excited to be a part of that summer experience.
All right, so we're kind of in one portion of Toca Social. We've got video that's going to really show you how expansive this place is. It is huge. So you have an opportunity to come. There's all kinds of boxes, if you will, for people to come and certainly consider their soccer prowess and try to improve their game. It's really, really social. It truly is immersive. But at the same time, this is a great place for you to have some curated menu items, cocktails, drinks. It's a perfect way for people to come and gather and just celebrate FIFA, but also this is going to be here for the long term. I think FIFA is great for introducing Texans to soccer who may not be familiar, but you'll be here as a mainstay for people to come and really experience soccer in a real social way.
That's right. I mean, we're a soccer company. We love soccer. We're ambassadors of the sport. We love growing the game. So this is much more than just a games experience. As you said, it's a fantastic dining and eating experience. And whether you're here watching games, whether they're European games or MLS games, whether your friends and family want to come and get in a box and play games, or whether you want to come and just hang out for great food and beverage and be surrounded by a wonderful community that is both in-depth soccer fans or fans that are new to soccer, this is the place.
It really has. Soccer has definitely taken hold, not just because of FIFA. It's a sport that people really can get involved in. It's a fun place, and it's a social sport. At the same time, you're doing such great physical fitness in the process. It's a good sport to engage in, and this is a perfect way to be introduced to it. But let's also talk about, you've got a big ribbon cutting that's happening today.
That's right. So today is the ribbon cutting, the official grand opening of the venue that, as I said, it feels like it's been a long time coming, but the day is finally here. So certainly we're excited to bring this to the United States. Dallas is the first city of hopefully many, and tonight is a historic moment for the company.
I could just tell you're just thrilled. You're just tickled pink about it, which is wonderful.
I am. I love everything that it represents, right? As I said, we love to represent the sport, and we're doing it in a totally unique way. Right? Fandom has typically been very passive, but we're going to make it active. All
right, come and check it out. It's going to have the real opening. It's going to be on Friday. You can also get more information by checking out their website, which is toca.social.us. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Way to go.
You were great.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll send it back to you, Erin.
So much fun. All right, thanks so much, Paige. Another fun staycation idea for spring break is located 470 feet above the city of Dallas. From STEM activities to wildlife encounters, there's something for everyone at Reunion Tower. Jenna Gwen, Reunion Tower's marketing manager, is here along with JC Hood from SciTech Discovery Center with more on what families can expect. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
So glad to have you both here. So Jenna, I'm coming to you. Can you remind everyone what Reunion Tower has to offer, honestly, year-round?
Yes, of course. So as the only indoor-outdoor observation deck in the city of Dallas, you can see for 30 miles in every direction, as you said, from 470 feet. So it's the best view in the city. And of course, we're the icon with our light shows and everything.
Yes, yes, indeed. You guys are the icon for sure. Now, what activities do you have planned for spring break?
We are so excited. So we have some crafts from SEMA Arts. We've got Dallas AdX. We've got Wildlife on the Move, Sam the Magic Man, and of course, SciTech.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about it, JC. Tell me what exactly SciTech Discovery Center is.
Yes, so we are a children's STEAM museum located in Frisco. So we have all the STEM and art fun for your kids from pre-K to 5th grade.
Oh my goodness, I can tell you love this. You're well immersed into this, from the earrings to the t-shirt. She is about science. So you actually have an experiment here for us today. Walk us through how this kind of works.
Sure. So this year, SciTech is celebrating Pi Day, March 14th, 3.14. So we're bringing all circle activities to Reunion Tower. And today we're making pixel boxes. Ooh. Yes, this is a simple activity that you can do at home during spring break yourself. All you're going to need is some aluminum foil, and you cut it into some strips. So I'm going to give you, just grab a little strip there. Jenna, why don't you make one too?
Yeah, let's all get involved. Let's do some science this morning.
I suggest rolling it around something round.
Okay.
So whether it's a writing utensil, a small bottle, something like that, you're going to roll. Yeah, perfect. You make your little cylinder, and then we've got some tape here for you. So you're just going to tape that cylinder There you go, Jenna. Here's some tape
Okay, wait,
for
this is so
you.
much fun already. I feel like I'm back in grade school.
Right?
This is fun, even for the adults. Okay, wait, the adults can get involved too when they come up to Reunion Tower.
Absolutely. So once you have some cylinders made, you're going to pull them off of your object, and then we're going to add them into a clear plastic container.
I made mine too tight.
Oh, that's okay. I have some other ones here for you can use.
Look, I squished it, y'all. Okay, here we go. Here's a perfect one.
That's the thing about science. Sometimes it doesn't work on the first try. We have to try again. So you're going to pop those little aluminum foil circles into a clear plastic container. And then I've added some wax paper here that I cut to the shape of my container.
Nice.
I've got that above and below all of those little cylinders. So you see lots of little circles here inside the container. But what really makes it magical is when you have different colors of light behind it. So Aaron, I want you to hold your pixel box right here.
Okay.
And I am going to light up a couple of lights here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I've got red, green, and blue.
Oh, this
and
is
I'm
fun.
going to hold them behind your box.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to see
Look at
all of these
that.
colors magically appear.
How fun is that?
And if I move my hand behind it, those colors will even change.
This is so much fun.
Right? And so obviously if you don't have a red, green, blue light set up at your house, grab out your old
Christmas lights.
Christmas lights, right? Great excuse. Also, if you haven't put them up yet, do that put them away during spring break, but play with them first. Play with them first. So really simple activity, aluminum foil, some wax paper, clear plastic containers, and some fun lights, and you've got a wonderful spring break exploration activity.
This is so much fun. I mean, literally, I feel like we would get caught up in this for hours.
Absolutely.
Just fixing how to change the lights. This is so much fun. And like I said, for all ages. And so tell me, how can people get tickets to come up to Reunion Tower and participate in so many more experiments and activities that you guys have to offer?
ReunionTower.com, and all of our activities for spring break are included with general admission tickets.
Very, very good. Thank you both for being here this morning. I'm kind of excited. I want to do another experiment. So much fun. Thank you guys for being here. All right, you guys, coming up, the judge. Judge Kelly, that is. She's here to reveal what her children's book character Jade is up to now and how you can get your hands on her latest release. And a little later, we're in the GMT kitchen to learn how to make the viral Dubai chocolate chewy cookie. That sounds divine, especially because I haven't had breakfast this morning. Don't go anywhere. GMT is coming up right after the break. She's a real-life judge with a big heart for little readers. Judge Shaquita Kelly is using her time off the bench to continue her Jade the Judge children's book series, and her latest release is Jade the Judge 2, Who Works With You. Today, Judge Kelly is here to share what you and your little one can expect when you read it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you. So the series introduces us to an 8-year-old with a powerful sense of fairness. So what sparked the idea to turn your real-life experiences then into a children's book?
It really happened when my two worlds collided. So my courtroom world and my childhood. Every day when I go to court, I serve people and I help people. And then when I'm off the bench, I go to schools and I meet kids. And they're so shocked to actually meet a real judge. It was in that moment when I remembered I never saw a judge growing up, especially a black judge. And
A female black judge.
A female black judge. And I realized that has to stop, right? I have to start showing them that they deserve to be in positions of power. And that sparked the persona Jade the Judge.
Yes, representation, it matters. We were just talking about that before we sat down. So in Jade the Judge 2, Who Works With You, readers learn that judges don't just work alone, but they actually have a team behind them. Why was it important for you to share that there's so much more to the judicial system than what meets the eye?
Right, I think there's a common misconception that the judge does everything and she's running this courtroom by herself, right? And that's so wrong. I want kids to understand that behind every successful person is a team of people, and that you need to surround yourself with positive images to get to other places in life. And so I introduced them to all the different roles in the criminal justice system, from the prosecutor to the clerk, you know, the defense attorney, the coordinator that people never even know about. So just to give them an understanding that there's more than just the judge. There's a whole team that makes me look really good,
Yes,
right?
yes, I can agree with that. I have a team here who makes me look good
Really good,
every day. Yes. Okay, so which character do you think was the most fun for you to bring to life, though?
Oh, definitely Maribel, the court reporter.
Tell me more about
Well,
her.
first of all, she is adorable. But also, I think the court reporter is never heard. She's underrated, undervalued, but she's one of the most important figures in that courtroom because without her, we don't have record. And so she's recording every single word, but it also teaches the students about the necessary element of listening. Right? You don't always have to speak, and how important it is to listen because that's her role. She has to listen and pay attention to every single thing in order to do her job, right?
Yes.
And so it was really exciting because I had her talk about her ears and how she can even hear the whispers of a gnat, right? She pays attention to every single detail.
love that.
Yes, and the kids absolutely love Maribel, the court reporter.
You know what, though? I love that you gave attention, like you said, to more than just the judge because court reporters, I mean, they have got to be on top of it. Okay, nothing slows down for them. They're going, going, going. So I'm glad you were able to shine light on the rest of the team. Tell me, how did your own childhood, because you kind of touched on that in the beginning, your own childhood, how did it shape the stories that you're now creating for this book?
You know, I actually never wanted to be a judge. And it's not because I didn't like the profession. It's because I never saw it. I never saw a judge, a black female judge, not even a lawyer. And so for me, that limited what I thought that I can do.
Right.
It limited my possibilities, right? And it wasn't until I became a lawyer and I thought I had hit the ceiling and someone said, but you could be a judge.
So much more, yes.
So much more. And I realized it was because I never saw it and how important representation, how important it is for you to see these positions of power and know that you deserve to be there too.
Yes.
There's a place for you in this position. There's
No
room for you
imposter
in this
syndrome.
position.
Yes.
And so I just want little girls and little boys to realize that you have it. You just have to go after it. There's a spot for you. And you're brave enough, you're smart enough, you just need the confidence, but you're worthy enough for this place.
You know, I think that's so incredibly profound because I think a lot of times as adults we get new jobs, ones that we love, right? And then we think, oh my God, am I meant to be here? Do I have all the knowledge to be here? But when you instill it in your children sooner with books like this, it's like, okay, they know they're supposed to be in the room. There is no questioning yourself, you know? And so I'm so glad that you were able to kind of put that in a physical format for us to really give our kids that.
Yes, absolutely. And not only brown and black children, but also our counterparts, right? If you ask, what does a judge look like? Most people say a male, right? And so I want to change that image so that it could be anybody.
Yes, yes. Okay, tell us, where do we get our hands on the book?
jthejudge.com.
It's as easy as that.
jthejudge.com.
Thank you so much for the impact that you have on our community as a judge, but also giving back to our next generation as well. Judge Kelly, we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And looking at cloudy skies out there, breezy, warm, and humid for now, but storm chances later today. That continues through the end of the week as well. So we'll have one more look at your forecast when GMT continues after this.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Welcome back to GMT. It is a weather alert day, so Greg is back. He's going to break down that timeline for us. What can we expect?
Yeah, let's talk about it. It's going to stay quiet for a few hours as we get into the late afternoon, early evening, though. Stay weather aware. So if you do have a flight out of DFW, Love Field, not going to have any weather-related issues early in the day. That changes late this afternoon. Those winds, they stay quite gusty. You see that tower cam shaking a little bit. Those gusty winds up over 20 miles per hour, but a warm, humid 72 out at DFW, 73 heading over to Love Field with the cloudy skies out there for you right now. So look at that coverage through the day. Look at those rain chances. They do really increase from about a 30% coverage through the early afternoon. We're going with a 60% coverage as we head into this evening, heading on into tonight around 10 p.m. Still that 50 to 60% coverage. Then it drops off around midnight, but that potential for some severe weather will be there for us. Here's what it looks like with that timecast heading toward 4 p.m. So that afternoon commute could be wet, somewhat stormy, heading on into the evening hours here for tonight with that hail and wind. We did talk about that slight risk for severe storms across the area as we we get into this evening. Now, that severe weather threat will shift a little farther west as we head into tomorrow, so a lower chance for some severe storms across the area. Very low, in fact, west of I-35W, but then that ramps up again to that slight risk as we head on into Friday afternoon and evening. That isolated tornado threat you see there, that's going to be up along the immediate Red River, it looks like, where we have that level 3 marginal risk for some strong and severe thunderstorms there. But that large hail damaging wind threat over just about all of North Texas will be possible as we get into Friday afternoon and evening as well. So here's what it looks like with that timecast going through the day on Friday. By the afternoon, we'll start to see those showers and thunderstorms firing up once again late in the day, heading on into the evening hours here for today. And then we'll have more widespread rain and thunderstorms as we get into Friday night going into Saturday. So we could be looking at some locally heavy rain during that time. Now we have the weather alerts for today, Friday, going on into Saturday. So just stay weather aware as we continue to update the forecast here over the next few days. We do spring forward. Remember that this weekend. Temperatures cool down as well from around 80 on Friday. May not get out of the 60s on Saturday and Sunday, only around 70 degrees. But we're going to keep the unsettled weather continuing into the first part of next week with rain and thunderstorm chances again Monday and Tuesday afternoon as well. So keep checking back as we make updates to the forecast. We do dry out, though, over the second half of the next 14 days. All right, Aaron, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Coming to theaters this week, The Bride, a bold take on one of the world's most compelling stories. In the movie, a lonely Frankenstein travels back to the 1930s Chicago to ask groundbreaking scientist Dr. Euphronius to create a companion for him. The two revive a murdered young woman, and the bride is born. What ensues, though, is beyond what either of them would have imagined. Possession and a wild and radical cultural movement between two outlaw lovers. The film stars Christian Bale, Jesse Buckley, Peter Sarsgaard, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Penelope Cruz. And behind it all, Maggie Gyllenhaal. She is leading the charge. She wrote it, she directed it, and of course she produced it as well. Go girl. The Bride is in theaters and IMAX this Friday. I got to see it myself. You guys put this on your must-watch list. It is so good. And of course, we've got the ultimate The Bride date night prize pack for 3 lucky GMT viewers this morning. You will win Fandango passes to see the movie, this cozy branded sweatshirt, temporary tattoos, a tote bag for all of your snacks to sneak into that movie theater. Don't tell them that we told you to do that. And a $100 Visa gift card for dinner or drinks afterward. All you have to do is be the 8th, 9th, and 10th callers to win right now at 214-977-6008 or 888-4446-8880. Good luck to you guys. Small changes, big impact. Taking your health to heart means knowing your numbers and risk of cardiovascular disease. Our next guest makes paying attention to your heart health accessible. Himali Patel of Amazon One Medical's Impact Program joins me with so much more. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you. So can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and your background?
Sure. My name is Himali Patel. I am an internist at Amazon One Medical. I am boarded in internal medicine, lifestyle medicine, and obesity medicine. I lead our cardiovascular initiatives, including our Impact program at Amazon One Medical. And Amazon One Medical is a human-centered, technology-powered primary care organization that's hybrid, virtual, in-office primary care to fit all stages of a person's life. We have about 200 offices in 20 regions around the country.
Very good. Okay, so then tell me, how does One Medical help patients with their heart health?
Sure. So One Medical takes heart health very seriously. Our providers are very used to screening patients based on family history, personal history, and not just your standard cholesterol labs, but doing more comprehensive testing to really understand your whole heart health. The other aspect that we offer, which is very unique to primary care, is our cardiometabolic program, Impact. Impact is a team-based approach to cardiovascular conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and weight. And so we use our RNs, registered nurses, health and wellness coaches, pharmacists, and the person's primary care provider to really approach this from a team-based standpoint, giving you education, lifestyle, behavior modifications, to really empower you to take control of your conditions. And we see this constantly. Within months. We see improvements in things like blood pressure, diabetes control, and reductions in risk factors for heart disease. And so the nice thing is that it's coordinated with your primary care provider and integrated within primary care. So you're not seeking services outside you can really get it holistically and comprehensively at the company.
So it makes things easier. It's easily accessible. Tell me, why should people prioritize their heart health? Why is it so important? Because I know it's easy for us to kind of just let life pass us by.
Well, heart health is one of those things that you don't really realize you might have an issue with until it might be too late. And so, various factors, environmental factors, lifestyle, diet, exercise, the amount of alcohol you may be drinking, lack of sleep, stress can all affect your heart health. And if you have any other underlying conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, that can exacerbate your heart health even more. There's easy ways that you can start to understand what is going on with your heart and what you might be at risk for. And I think it's really important to do that because you can be so proactive and not have things kind of escalate as they tend to do.
So tell me then, what steps can people take today to prioritize their heart health? How can we make it easier for people?
So 3 easy habits that I would encourage anyone to take today is 1, think about eating the rainbow. So rethink your food plate. Nutrition is so important. Fiber is so important. We don't get enough fiber in the US, and it's really important to focus on those whole foods, unprocessed foods, thinking about reducing your saturated fat, making healthy swaps that are high in omega-3 fatty acids like avocados, nuts, fish, and then, eating the rainbow. So you're getting lots of antioxidants. The second part is just move. Any type of physical activity as little as 30 to 60 minutes a day can really have a huge impact on your heart. We aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise. And the way I think about this is any type of physical activity that gets your heart rate up, a little bit of sweat going, and activity that you're able to talk to someone but not able to sing means that you're in the right spot. And if you're new to exercise, certainly don't need to get those 150 minutes tomorrow. Work your way up, but definitely physical activity. And then think about stress reduction. Short amount of stress is a good thing. That's what gets us to do things. But chronic stress, that long-term stress, can really start to exacerbate your other conditions and your heart. And so thinking about ways to mitigate stress. So whether that's breaking up your day, going outside, getting some fresh air, meditation, deep breathing, long walks, listening to classical music, taking a bath, anything that is truly relaxing to you can go a long way in improving stress, improving sleep, and improving your heart health.
Those are some really good tips. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. All we need to do is now apply it to ourselves. And to do that, you can visit health.amazon.com to learn so much more and to book an appointment. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me. Take care.
A movie to run and go see tomorrow on GMT before Hoppers lands in theaters. We go inside the Texas Discovery Gardens for a real-life preview. Plus, we meet the woman who pulled from her own experience to start a candle company that pampers moms through life's up and downs. And the theory that explains why your friends feel more like strangers over time and what you can do to fix it. That's all coming up tomorrow on GMT, but so much more coming your way today. Keep it here. Small business owners don't have to grow alone. Chase Bank's Coaching for Impact program gives entrepreneurs access to free one-on-one coaching to help them strengthen and scale their companies. Chase Bank Senior Business Consultant Jeremy McCoy and JDM Janitorial Owner Joseph Lockhart are here to share so much more. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
So glad to have you guys here. So Jeremy, I'm coming to you first. Let's start with those basics. What is Coaching for Impact and why did Chase decide, okay, let's launch this program. Let's help some business owners out?
So Coaching for Impact is a program, a national Chase program designed to really help business owners grow and scale.
Yes.
It is complementary, and I will say as far as it provides executive coaching and also guidance to help entrepreneurs overcome the pain points of growing a business.
Yes, okay, because it is difficult, and I feel like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur nowadays, but no one actually knows the work that goes into entrepreneurship. So tell me, what type of businesses can participate in Coaching for Impact?
So we welcome all types of businesses, from retailers to a service provider. I will say this, what's most important is that owners' goals. So when you think about those goals, whether it's improving their cash flow or streamlining their operations, We customize a plan and we meet you where you are.
There you go. Okay, I like that because listen, some of us just need a little help. So meeting us where we are is probably the biggest hurdle we're trying to jump. Let me ask you this, because for those who may not know your business, can you tell us a little bit about JDM Janitorial and how you got involved in the program?
Yeah, so JDM Janitorial is a commercial cleaning company. We service clients in the U.S. and Canada, but we're based right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. So most of our clients, like the University of North Texas, TxDOT, and the city of Fort Worth, we service them here.
Very good.
The way that we got connected, I really feel like God blessed me by connecting me with Jeremy. Him and I, through that Coaching and Impact program, were able to see a different perspective so that we could really hone in on some things with our business.
Which I think is incredibly important, because I think a lot of the times entrepreneurs, they see things one way because it's their baby, it's their business. And so when you have someone come in who is not necessarily as tied to it emotionally, it's like, okay, we need to take maybe a different angle. So how was your experience with the coaching?
Oh, the one-on-one coaching was awesome. It really pointed out some things that we didn't even know were holding our business back as far as profit goes. It was 3 things that, if I could narrow it down to 3 things, one is that we verbalize those problems so that we could create action steps to fix them. 2, this guy will hold you accountable to taking those steps.
You need that accountability partner.
Yeah, and 3, I feel like he was able to help me connect the dots to see my business not as a small business, but a large business in waiting that just needed a couple of tweaks.
And you said you've seen progress already as a result.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, that's exactly what people are wanting to hear. So what are some of the biggest challenges do you think business owners are facing right now, Jeremy?
I would say a major challenge that I see business owners face is cash flow management.
Okay.
A business can be profitable, yet still have cash flow issues. So it's so important to review financials on a regular basis.
And I think it's easy too, because once you see that money start to come in, right, and you see it kind of grow a little bit, it's like, okay, when $100 go missing, you don't think about it as much, right? But it's like, okay, we need to be managing that because eventually it will add up. So tell me how the process works. How can someone get involved if they're hearing it right now and they want to be a part of this program? How do we make it happen?
So we make it happen by going to chase.com/coaching for impact.
Very good. And easy peasy, all the information's there. Just go to that website and get started.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say it starts with a conversation. So what we do is that first we, set expectations. Then after that, we do a business analysis. And so that's how we identify what we're going to work on. And then from there, of course, you graduate from the program.
The growing happens at that point, right? Jeremy, I can tell you don't be playing, okay? You already said so. Thank you both for being here this morning. Congratulations on everything you have received since going through the program and the business as well. And for you at home to learn so much more about Chase's Coaching for Impact program, meet the coaches and enroll. Go to chase.com/coaching for impact. We'll be right back. It's time to get in the kitchen to try out a viral trend. Social media is buzzing over this delicious chocolatey treat that combines a gooey marshmallow-like exterior with a nutty katafi and pistachio center. It's said to be a must-try, so here to help us make it is Le Rêve Gelato and Patisserie chef Andy Pham. Welcome back to you.
Oh, hi, Erin. Thank you for having me back.
I'm so glad to have you back. So, this dessert has blown up online right now, so let's talk about it. The Dubai Chewy Cookie. What exactly is going into this?
So, Dubai chocolate has been going wild over TikTok and Instagram, everywhere online.
It's been everywhere.
So it's pistachio with a little bit of katafi, which is like a puff pastry crumble.
Katafi, okay.
And then chocolate in there. So this lately has been the Chewy chocolate Dubai cookie. So it's not a regular cookie.
It's not.
It's a marshmallow set like outside that's like chewy and kind of like sweet and chocolatey, and then a pistachio center that's crunchy and creamy.
I'm going to the gym today, y'all, all right? This is gonna be so good. So let's make it this morning. We got our gloves on. Where do we start?
So we start off by heating a little bit of butter, some milk, and just a little bit of milk powder. And then we add in some marshmallows.
Did you say milk powder?
Milk powder, yes.
What's that?
So that is just some dried milk. That way it just helps emulsify everything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So sometimes people go wrong a little bit, like it starts separating or it just doesn't work out for them when they try this trend. It's because they're missing a little bit of milk powder.
Okay, there's a secret, you guys. Write it down. Okay, I like the start to this, though. This reminds me of homemade Rice Krispie treats when you put the butter and the marshmallows in and everything kind of comes together.
Exactly. It is exactly like a Rice Krispie treat with the addition of a little bit of cocoa powder.
Ooh, gosh, it's beautiful, too, and so fine. Wow.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, and give that a little toss. Make sure everything's coated in chocolate.
Exactly.
And what temperature do you have?
So just a medium heat. So you don't want something too hot because it's going to burn the butter.
Right.
And then you don't want something too cool because it's just going to take forever.
Exactly. Okay, yes, but you also don't want to burn the marshmallows before they actually have time to melt down.
Exactly.
So good.
It is a little time-consuming process. Don't rush it.
Okay. So take our time.
Exactly.
I'll let you take your time. Let's talk about some other things when it comes to the key ingredients of this dish. I know we have, what is this right here?
So that right there is the kataffi and pistachio center. A lot of people don't have access to finding kataffi. It's a little bit more specialized. You find it at Mediterranean grocery stores. So I've actually used some feuilletine, which is like a French plate. You can't have access to that all the time as well.
Yeah.
But you could use Rice Krispie treats or you could use cornflakes as a nice substitute.
Okay, there you go.
Exactly.
We got ways to switch it up for you. Very good. Now, how can we experiment with other things as far as creating baked goods at home?
So this pistachio and kataffi center is very versatile. You could use it, put it in ice cream, you could put it in cakes, you could put it kind of, my go-to, remember last time we did crepes?
Yes.
You stuff it in a crepe, you add a little bit of raspberries. Pistachio and raspberry is a great combination.
I never would have thought to put those together.
Exactly, and a little bit of chocolate gelato on the side. And then
perfect.
Little glass of wine, and you've got yourself a perfect date night.
Look, you hit it right the nail on the head with that glass of wine. You were talking my stuff. Very good. Now, we've got everything coated. It's starting to melt down a little bit. After this does melt down, where do we move then?
So then once this is melted down, it's gonna be like liquidy. You wanna stir it till all the butter's incorporated.
Yeah.
Then you're just gonna pour it out onto a lined baking sheet that's greased.
Yes. Okay, because you don't want it to stick, because I'm assuming this is very sticky.
Yes, it is very sticky. You wanna let it cool a little bit so it's not like liquidy.
Right.
And I mean, you can try, but then you're just gonna get it all over your
Over your
glove.
hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely need gloves for this.
Yes.
So then we just have the pistachio center rolled into like little balls. And then you just take one of those. What I like to do is I kind of pre-cut squares or like little shapes, and then you kind of just start peeling off and putting it.
It is sticky.
It is gonna be really, really sticky.
Okay. And you kind of wrap her around, yes, I'm assuming?
Exactly.
Ooh, y'all.
So this is a viral TikTok trend, but all of them take our labor of love.
They are, but you know what? This is why we have you, because listen, when it goes wrong at home, then we can come see you, because this, I can already tell you are doing a very good job, and I'm over here trying to figure out how to get it off the wax sheet. Okay, here we go. A little rolling up, and honestly, maybe I can just reform the ball as well and kind of mix in the chocolate like that as well. Yeah, yours looks so nice. Look at his, guys. Look at mine. Child, a mess.
The good thing is it's all about having fun here.
Exactly, and the kids can get involved. Make sure you get them some gloves, otherwise this will be all over your house. Now, after this, is it ready to go? Can we eat it just like this, or you're grabbing the cocoa powder?
You can,
what are we doing next?
but you're just actually gonna roll in a little bit of cocoa powder. This just makes it easier to hold.
To pick up.
Exactly.
Yes, okay, when we're actually eating them, but also it kind of gives another layer as well, and presentation.
Exactly, so then you just kind of dip it in a little bit of cocoa powder and then form it a little bit.
Okay.
And
Let
then,
me cover mine in cocoa powder because mine looks a mess. Child, you can still see the kataffi in the middle. Okay, and then shape it and form it. And then just like that, do you have to refrigerate them or anything?
You do not. You actually can leave it like that. It lasts about 2 days at room temperature, just because it's pistachio and the center is like whatever crunchy bits you use. So it's very stable, nothing's gonna go bad.
Nice. Okay, this is so much fun, but I also want to get to some of the other things that you have over here, because you guys know these are viral on social media. Everyone loves the pastries that look like fruits in other shapes, and so tell me what the process is that goes into that.
Yeah, exactly. So much like how this was a little bit kind of messy and kind of tedious, If you don't feel like making dessert, you can go grab some of these. These actually take about 3 days to make.
Wow.
So it's a process from getting everything ready to assembly to letting it set and then to finalizing and making it look pretty.
A labor of love as well, you guys. Chef Andy is holding it down for all of us so that we get all of our sweets without having to do the work. When we come see you, where do we go?
So you can go to Le Rev right on 635 in Preston. That's our first store. And then our next store will actually be coming on Mockingbird Station sometime in late spring.
Okay, so we're evolving, we're growing. Thanks so much, Chef Andy, for being here this morning.
Of course, thank you for having me.
In the Kitchen is sponsored by Tom Thumb and Albertsons, your one-stop shop and full-service grocer.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
I could not let Chef Andy leave you guys without tasting something before he goes. So, shall we dive into maybe one of our little treats that we just made?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, but also you guys, this mango one, I want to try as well. Okay, I don't know what to do now. Oh God, we have less than 30 seconds. Okay, I'm trying this mango. Tell me what's inside the mango.
So the mango is going to be a lychee mousse with a mango and passion fruit center.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you know you see these all over social media, and now I get to try one. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God, that is so good. Okay, you guys have got to check it out. Look at the center. It's soft. I don't know how you guys do that. And then the mango flavor is so prominent. Okay, wait, I could talk food this whole time. How was that? Is it good?
This is great. I love pistachio, and this is my absolute.
You guys, we're into this show eating. I'm sorry, there's not too much talking I can do. All I can do is chew. But I'll see you guys later, right back here tomorrow. Have a good morning, Texas. Thank you, Chef. See you later.